Hi everyone!
You probably clicked into this video because you expect us to give you a quick solution for your stress. No, I'm sorry, we need to disappoint you. We actually plan to change your perspective so that you can have a much longer lasting effect when it comes to stress.
Stress is no surprise. No one of us likes to be stressed. It's not a feeling that it's not a wanted feeling.
And we cannot make you love your stress, even though thinking about it, it would be probably a good beginning how to refer to stressful situations.
So let's start by just acknowledge we are getting stressed from different reasons. Each one of us is unique and different in any parts of our life, including what makes us stressed.
Stress can come from positive things, stress can be from negative things. It's really one of these common, you can say, feelings, behaviors, things that affects us, that somehow feels very unfortunate when it happened, and of course planning to get rid of it as quick as possible.
So you can say, I got stress recently from a conference that I was supposed to give in front of many people, and I wanted it, I got excited about it, but I can also say it stressed me. In other situations, I would have an exam or something that I didn't really enjoy doing and I felt stressed.
Now Vered says all of these things. Some of these situations might for you be the thing that gets you going and there is the absence of stress, and some other you can say, yeah, it's exactly for me also in this way. So stress cannot appear only in positive and negative situations. It is also for each of us very individual.
Now, not only the reasons for us to get stressed are different, also how we are getting stressed. How does it feel? How does it experience? For one person, all of the muscles, all of the tensions would start to really be unbearable, while for the other person, all they would want is to go to sleep.
I would not want to go to sleep. I would carry different kind of things on my back because this would make me feel at least do something about it, which maybe gives us at least one hint of what stress can mean for us in common.
So for me, I would probably not carry anything. I'm quite sure about that.
I think most people don't carry.
But I would probably think a lot. I would really try to find solutions. I would try to find what I wanted. I would try to find my way around.
You can say, as individual as stress is and as it can appear in different kind of situations, we have some common sense of how we experience it and how we feel it. We feel it as something unwanted. We notice that actually something is not flowing or moving or kind of fitting to the situation. We don't feel anymore ourselves or unproportional in our behavior. So there is a lot to stress. It just often doesn't go into the direction where we want it to go.
So when people come to us for sessions and say, I'm stressed, I need to be relaxed, I need to rest, I need you to teach me how to find relaxation, most of the time we are changing the direction of the conversation. The answer for stress is not relaxation.
Or let's say relaxation is probably just a temporary fix or not something that would truly help you when the situation occurs again.
So I'm sure that you know that you can be very stressed, but that doesn't send you into a meditations, or meditation doesn't always solve the issue, or sleeping would not solve the issue, or resting would not solve the issue.
And on top of all of this, if my husband tells me when I'm getting stressed leaving the house to bring my kid to the kindergarten, relax, everything will be fine. What will I want to do? The last thing that I want to do is to relax. And the last thing that I know how to do in that moment is relaxation.
We can also say when we tell ourselves to relax, if I'm feeling stressed and I'm telling myself I need to relax, of course the opposite is happening.
So what can we do with all of this stress while we are saying there is no fixing to it? It yes can lead us to several questions that would empower us ultimately. And one of the first questions that definitely you can ask yourself when you are stressed is, why at all are you getting stressed? What are the reasons behind your stress? Let's start with this. It's an acknowledgement. Why are you getting stressed?
So you can say stress always sends us to something that matters to us, that we are passionate about, that is really important for us. So I can say I'm stressed from something that I care about. So if I'm thinking about it, I can say, okay, that shows me my love to a person, my love to my profession, my love to what I'm trying to express here to you.
You can say how important something is for me, that I would really like to do it well, and many different other things. So stress is never there for no reason. It just doesn't often fit with the reason of the situation. And it's definitely worthwhile to ask yourself, why are you getting stressed at all?
One thing that we can say that we found out about stress is that it actually something gets stuck in our own system, in our body. There is a movement that wants to be expressed. There is something that we need to move away and we don't know how to do that. We are holding it in our system, we are holding it in our body. So some people would then needs to run or needs to do some physical activity just to bring that sensation to kind of complete the action that started to happen.
But this would not, again, solve the situation by itself. It's as if a fix that would happen outside of the situation. I can be stressed in the morning and then go running later to relax myself again, or to put this energy that was so pent up to some use. But how can we actually use that energy in the situation? This would be really interesting. Or that at that point when you are getting stressed, you don't need to relax, but you can transform it into a power that would actually thrive you.
So we can say the movement that starts to happen in you, the movement that got stuck, is a movement in life. It doesn't always mean that we need to move, physically needs to move, but we need to let the movement fulfill itself.
And just like Vered said, it's a movement that you can experience inside. It's normally a movement that is belonging to us and a very clear physical experience of power. Now, we are not so keen on letting this power flow because for some reason we believe then we will get maybe even more stressed or we will lose more control. But what you can do, and this is a situational fix, would be to take a deep breath, to locate this kind of energy and actually to embrace it with your being physically.
So what we are saying about stress, we are saying that when you feel stressed, start to listen to it. It comes to tell you something. It comes to tell you, hey, you're excited, embrace it. It comes to tell you, hey, that's something you should not do. Maybe it comes to tell you that there is a topic from your past that needs to get your attention, that it's not resolved yet. Something is there in your stress that asks for the movements to go on.
And sometimes these answers are obvious, then we have, you can say, a simple way out. And sometimes the answers, what your stress actually points out, are not so obvious. They are not yet referring 1 + 2 makes 3. Okay, I managed that mathematical equation. I know why I get stressed in this way, because in my past, my father, he is a mathematical genius. He was always training our math skills, and it was one of the most stressful situations in my early childhood. Sunday walks with him around a nice path for half an hour, training us in 1 + 1 and multiplicating. So each time I'm going now back to this situation where quickly I need to answer that, actually my stress is not because I don't know that I can make the occasion. My stress comes from a very different, you can say, root. And maybe I can still resolve there something if I will listen to my stress.
So if I just continue for a moment with the example of Claudia, we can say as we listen to her, the issue is not math. The issue is the relationship with her father. The issue is her way of being when someone is expecting her to be the best and her wish to be the best. We are always can connect stress to something that exists in us if we truly want to listen to it, and if we are giving it the space, the time and the interest from ourselves to know what is it in this situation that is stressing us.
And if you dare to look at your stress in that way, yes, I think you will, over the long term, come to love it, because it can show you which issues you might still want to resolve from your past, which things are truly important to you. It can be a real lead way to who you are, what makes you unique, what makes you motivated in life, and claim back a lot of the things that you might not look at for any other reason, and it can be a true jewel.
So you don't need to love stress. I definitely don't love stress, but it can lead us, it can show us, it can give us some tools to relate to topics in our lives that we love, that we want, that we are caring for.
Here you can see the difference. I believe you can also love your stress. Sometimes this will help you to refer to it.
So tell us about your stress. What did you learn from it? What is interesting for you about it? And just write it down in the comments below. Thank you very much.
Maybe you will come up already with some of the jewels that it can present to you. Down in the comments below.